Good evening, good afternoon rather. This is the Athens City Shade Tree Commission meeting for March 14th. This will be a relatively short meeting as all we have is a series of announcements and approval of the minutes of the last meeting. First announcement is the Tree City USA meeting will be held on April the 12th in Portsmouth. We will be getting what I think is our 27th award of Tree City USA status. So well done the city for doing all that. The other announcement I've got is that I'll be asking Lisa Eliasson to give us a briefing on the sunshine laws of Ohio at our next meeting.
Oh, good.
So if you want to learn about those, hopefully she'll be able to attend and brief us on those. Is there anything else the commissioners want to raise?
I wondered if we had any thing in writings that describes how the trees are supposed to be cut, trimmed back for the electric lines. Are there some ways that, I know you had said at one time, Anne is a perfect person to be here today. I was going to ask Ron if he had any kind of contract or anything that we could look at. It just looks like the kind of work that they did out east this past month was pretty bad. And I don't know whether that's just because I don't like the look of it or whether they really are not following best practices.
They are supposed to follow ISA standards in terms of pruning. If you can, take a photograph of the particular tree, and this is the advice we give to anyone who thinks that a tree has been badly pruned.
I did do that. And
forward it to Ron.
Forward to Ron.
Yeah, because
if it's in the city,
yeah, because he's the point of contact. Now, if they're city trees, then Ron will certainly do his best. If they are trees on private property, which they may be, because not on the east side, not all of the utility lines actually run on city rights of way. They're sometimes on private easements.
Yeah, they're mostly on the private property.
Yeah, in which case it's the property owner. But again, Ron can help find the right person to talk to at AEP for this, because they are supposed to cut to the ISA standards in what they're doing. But yes, some of that will leave trees looking rather strange at times, even though they have cut them to standards. Any other questions?
That reminds me that if you live on a street which is wooded, and the city will come around once about a year and prune back using equipment that's really meant for brush
hog, yeah.
And it's very hard on the trees. But I don't think that the people who own the property realize that it's their responsibility to cut it back, that they have a choice. They can either cut it back or it can be pruned back, well, not really pruned, but reduced in volume over the road. And anyway, it would be nice to have, if they could alert people beforehand, or at least give somebody some literature to distribute or something. It would be nice to put hang tags on their doors or something like that to let them know, or some way to inform them that that's their responsibility.
Okay, I'll mention that to Ron. Anything else? Anyone else want to contribute anything?
I want to say here's this young man here is Bryant, who you're with AEP, right?
So I'm a contractor for AEP.
Okay.
I'm actually a forestry inspector. So my job is to go around and inspect the work that the tree trimming crews have I'm acquaintances with John, and he's told me about what you guys do here, and I'm just kind of checking it out, curious.
So are the ISA standards the ones that you try to prune to?
They are, yes.
Okay, good.
The AEP is also looking for 10 feet of clearance
Yes.
from the conductors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes the combination of those two things, as you were saying, leaves trees looking.
Yeah. Yeah, the idea I was told once is you imagine you've got a box that's 4 feet wide either side of the lines and 10 feet above and below, and it's a rectangle in space that they want to clear out because they have to leave. Is it planned for 5 years of growth? Is that the
4.
4? Yeah, okay.
How many years of growth?
4.
4 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, these trees were just cut off. There wasn't any box.
Just
Yeah. Now the question then is, was the property owner consulted? Because there are some property owners who believe that topping trees is the way to treat them.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mean they came out and asked them to do
Yeah.
it?
Now whether your crews would actually do that or not, I don't know. But
yeah, they try to please the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best they can.
because that is certainly a challenge that I've found that sometimes the owners of the trees don't realise what they're doing to them. And I'm looking at Anne, and she's nodding her head.
They want the least amount possible cut off.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
So
what
it-
I thought, and I thought, well, the wires are here, and the tree's over here, and they cut off the whole tree, which is way over here, you know? And so I thought that was wrong. I mean, I thought that was not
Yeah.
the appropriate way to do it.
Yeah.
And then
But-
the other thing is they cut off limbs of a pin oak, which were down below the line, and that didn't seem necessary either. But
Like David said, sometimes maybe that's what the property owner wants.
well, this was
You know,
back-
rather than
back-
just cut it on an angle or like this, you know, just do the whole thing or something. I don't know.
Were you out at in the east side? Did
I
you?
have not inspected that circuit, no.
From your experience, how often is it? Does the homeowner interfere and say, "Don't do it that way, do it this way"?
That's fairly often. Yeah. As David, correct? As David was saying, there's a pretty common perception that the best thing to do is just cut the whole top off the tree, which is not ISA.
Do they tell people that that's going to ruin your tree?
Again, they try to please the homeowner, the customer. Yeah.
Yes.
I also think I want to point out that Bryant and I have talked. He has an interest to possibly become an alternate member or get involved too with the tree commission. So somebody with some experiences would be a nice addition at some point. So
So you live in the city? Good. Because
Well, I live just outside of city limits.
one of the requirements is we have to live in the city. We have lost commissioners before when they've moved out of the city. That's
okay. I didn't realize.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the city limits will expand just a little. When that happens, let us
There are
know.
3 houses on my street are up for sale if you're interested.
We've had towns that changed their ordinance to invite people, from that had an interest. So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Within a 3-mile zone or something of the city or something like that.
Jackson has that.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people are that valuable.
Okay. Is there anything else? If not, we have the minutes of the last meeting that were carefully prepared by John, who chaired the meeting for me. Thank you, John.
And as the author, I'll move that we accept the meeting as presented.
Not allowed.
It may not be, but I don't know. That doesn't mean you can't amend them or change them.
So Rick agreed to let us know now. No, huh? So I move that it be accepted.
Okay. Any objection to approving the minutes of the last meeting? Hearing none, we have minutes of the last meeting. Our next meeting will be April 11th, 4 p.m. here in the council chamber. And with that, we're adjourned. Thank you.